Okay, are you ready for an awesome abdominal workout? I think we better make our way down to the floor after 4, 3, 2. Hold it right here and just stretch yourself out a little bit. Those legs need a little bit of lengthening. Come up and over the other side. Lift and slowly stretch, pressing your hips through. And what I'd like to do before we go all the way to the floor is stretch out our hip flexors. So please come up and around and lower your knee towards the floor. Make sure your hip is lifting up nice and tall, and then press that even further forward, so you're getting a lengthening sensation all the way over the top of that hip bone. Hold it just a little longer, keep pulling your stomach muscles in. That's it, and change over to the other side. So it's one leg forward, pelvic tilt through, and then lunge and hold that stretch. Lengthening over the top of your hip bone. We want to stretch our hip flexors out because sometimes they can get used in an abdominal workout. We're trying to release that and take any pressure off our backs. Right now, let's lie down on the ground and get ready for the basic abdominal crunch, the best exercise for anybody who's just starting out with an abdominal workout. Keep your back flat, pelvis tilted towards the ceiling, feet flat on the ground and your knees are bent. That's really, really important. Hands behind the head. Now your starting position isn't down here. Please lift your shoulders just off the ground, and this is where you start and finish your exercise. So you've got a little bit of tension already. Slowly coming up and slowly going back down. You breathe out on the way up and in on the way down. Just take your time with these exercises. They're so important, not only for how you look, but also how you feel. It improves your posture. They must be done slowly with a lot of control to gain maximum benefit. Squeeze on the way up and try and lift just a little higher on this exercise. Come on, lift up just a little more so you get maximum benefit. Breathing out. We're going to take 2 more of these and move to our next exercise. I'll give you 4 basic exercises to run through. Take 1 more, squeeze up. Okay, alternating twist with a leg up and around, across and around. The emphasis on this exercise is not so much elbow to knee, but please think shoulder across, up and across. So you're really working not just the abdominals, but right around into your waist. Please breathe out as you turn. Take 2 more of those. 1 more, then the shoulders go down, the legs come up, and all you're going to do is lift your tailbone. Tiny, tiny lifts. Now, beginners, you're allowed to use just a little bit of momentum to get a feel for it. But regular exercises, I would like you to think more of just lifting your tailbone straight up off the ground. Take 4 more, so you squeeze and lift, working more into the lower area of your abdominals. Flatten it down. Good, take your feet into the air and slow it down. Go straight up and straight down. Imagine your legs are inside a Perspex tube and the legs have to go just straight up and down through the center. Straight up towards the ceiling and lower back down. Now those are our 4 basic exercises. Feet down, back to the shoulders, slowly up and slowly down. We're going to run these again, but what I'd like to do right now is to move around the room and check everybody's form and technique, and in case there's something that you need to pick up, we can find it on these guys. I'm sure June's doing a perfect job over here. The basic exercise, as I said, means you have to keep your back really, really flat, pelvis tilted towards the ceiling, your knees bent and your feet flat on the floor. It's important to breathe out on the way up. Breathing out is forced exhalation, so you really have to blow the air out, and it causes more of an abdominal contraction, so you really work those abs. What you have to think about, the abdominal muscles run from your pubic bone through the rib cage. So each time you come up, you're going to shorten the muscles in tight and then lower back down. You're like a human sponge, June. Squeeze all the water out of that sponge and then stretch it out. 2 more. Lifting up, lowering down just 1 more time. Breathe out as you lift. Then taking to the second exercise, twist with the leg, up and across. Now remember what I said before, you want to think on this exercise not so much of elbow to knee, but shoulder across to hip. So you're lifting even further. Lift right up and work into your waist. You're still breathing out on the exhalation part as you lift. So breathe out and twist. 2 more of those. Please take 1 more, then relax your shoulders down, bottoms off the ground, little tiny lift and down. Now remember, beginners, you can use just a little bit more swing, but don't take your feet to the floor. You stop just here and think of lifting your tailbone. Regulars, try and go more up and down than in towards the chest. 2 more, lift, that's great. Okay, now the legs go up into the Perspex tube, 2 counts coming up and 2 counts coming down. So if you imagine this tube here, and June's just lifting her legs up inside the tube. Or another thing to think about is if she was dancing on the ceiling, she's getting her feet up towards the ceiling. Come on, June, lift it up and lower back down. Lift up And please lower back down and stretch yourself all the way out. You've run that routine 2 times through a total abdominal workout. So just relax and stretch. Thanks, June.
Thank you.
Let's see how everybody else is going. Natalie, how did you find those? Hard, she said that's hard. Let's move over to Michelle because we want to run it one more time. Let's see how Michelle's going on these. Back to our basic. Set us up, backs flat, pelvic tilt, knees bent, hands behind with those elbows out to the side. Slowly coming up for 2 counts and slowly down. What I've tried to do is eliminate any momentum out of the exercise, so it makes it a little bit harder. You can feel it?
Yeah, the slower the harder.
Excellent. Please just keep that going. Squeeze up and lower yourself down. Now try and lift a little higher. That's it. Did you see the difference? She came up just that little bit more. I know it's a bit harder. You'll be thanking me later though, I'm sure.
Sure.
Did I tell you already that we're all mums? Have I told you this yet? We're all mothers, and look at these great abdominals everybody's got here. 2 more. Squeeze and lift up and lower down. Oh, except for Natalie, of course. Sorry, Natalie. Coming up and down. Next exercise with a twist. Twist around and down. Thanks, Michelle. Keep going. Keep going. Effie, how are you going? Hi, well done. All right. This is a nice work. I'm doing all the nice workouts. I wouldn't call them nice. I'd call them the tough workouts, but the ones that will give us the results we're looking for. Think shoulder across to the opposite hip. Lift and twist. Please do 4 more of these, and you're breathing out as you twist. That's 2. You've got 3, and number 4. Next exercise, bottoms off the ground. Just bring your legs in towards your chest. Put your shoulders on the ground. That's it. Bottoms coming up. Now remember, as I said before, try not to use too much momentum. Beginners are bringing the knees in towards the chest, even intermediate people as you're fatiguing, but regulars, you're thinking more of lifting the bottom off the ground. See that little bit more lift? Yes! Oh, keep smiling, you can do it. Feet up in the air, go straight up and down, 2 counts coming up and 2 counts going down. Take it slowly, squeeze on the way up and lower yourself down. Again, straight up through that Perspex tube and lower your legs down. Lift up, and I think it's time for one more break. Please stretch your legs out, take a deep breath in, and exhale and relax. Okay, we want to balance out our abdominal workout. So what we're going to do is roll straight over and work into our backs. So take your time, rolling over, lie flat on your tummies. Can you just start to squeeze and relax your bottom? Squeeze and relax. Squeeze the cheeks of your bottom nice and tight. So you squeeze in and relax. You're trying to make these muscles here go nice and tight and just relax. And all we're trying to do is to feel the difference between the tight ones and the soft ones. Put your hands on your bottom, feel them tight. Now what I want you to do is to keep them relaxed. So they're really relaxed and soft. That way you won't use these muscles, but you will use your back muscles. And we're going to go 2 counts coming up and 2 counts coming down. Now, as soon as you did that, a lot of you I know squeeze your bottom straight away. So try very hard not to squeeze into the bottom, but concentrate on squeezing in between your shoulder blades. So bring your elbows towards each other and lower that back down. Can you just drop your chins down a little bit? Look down towards the floor. Once you know what you're doing, look down all the time and lower that down. Slowly coming up and relax down. And one more time coming up and relax that down. You should really feel that working into your back. We're going to change it just a little bit now, and you're allowed to use your bottom on this one. 2 hands forward, opposite arm and leg, stretch and down. So you're going to squeeze tight into those cheeks of your bottom, working the opposite sides of the body. You're on a rack now. Somebody's got you tied by the hands and the feet, and they're stretching you from one end of the room to the other. Now, what I want you to do is to keep your nose and your forehead down on the carpet. You actually touch that down. That way you're not going to be getting any neck strain, and you're really working just the back. So stretch it out and look down. Go for 4 more, everyone. Squeeze 4, 3, bottoms tight, 2, and we've got to get straight back into our abdominal workout.